It's big time, baby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the greatest talk show in the world. Gene, what are you doing, son? Cut the music, cut it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the greatest talk show in the world. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the one, the only, the greatest talk show in the world today. It's the Big Time Talk Show! And I am your host, the one and only, like turkey and bologna, the man with a stash that talks that big time trash. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the trash talking, ankle breaking leader of hashtag Team Big Time, the greatest sports entertainer to ever enter an arena. Big Time Mike, and guys and girls and lads and whatever else you want to be called, Sheilas if you're living over in Australia. Thank you once again for joining me on this great special edition of the Big Time Talk Show. I'm so glad you guys joined me today. I'm so happy you're here, and we got so much to talk about in got such a short amount of time, but I'm just so glad each and every one of you have joined me here. And first off, I want to start off by saying, don't forget, today at 2:30 p.m., do not forget to check out the Coolcast, the first ever edition of the Coolcast. I know I'm going to be watching. What are you going to be doing? I know you ain't got nothing to do. Church lets out at 12, so you got plenty enough time to eat your lunch, do whatever, play your Xbox. Then you got from 2:30 to whenever it's over to watch the Coolcast, because I'm going to be watching. Cameron Jackson's going to be watching, Corey Graves, Jason Walker. All the greats are going to be watching, so make sure you tune in and watch. And also, do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, that next Friday, yes, sir, it's finally Friday. Yes, sir, next Friday, it will be the return of the Backyard Wrestling Fix. Yes, he had an off week, but he came on to the Mark Williams podcast, which you need to check out after this show, because it was a great podcast. Had a little technical difficulties, but you can still feel the promo energy. It was not a very good matchup because we didn't have the sound in there, but I promise you, there will be a rubber match between Cameron Jackson and myself, the two entertainment titans, going one-on-one again to once again crown the greatest entertainer in backyard wrestling and sports entertainment history, ladies and gentlemen. And next week is also be the return of the Creed cast. Don't forget about that. You need to make sure you follow Everett Creed. I think it's at Self Supremacy. I think it's two capital S's, not one but two. Make sure you follow Cameron Jackson at CJE_HNIC. And if you don't know what the N stands for, make sure you go look it up. Because you type it in on Google, you'll find the answer, people. And don't forget, please don't forget, that next Sunday, live, right here from Mobile, Alabama, you will have the most controversial show in the world today. The show that steps on toes, breaks ankles, and they talk trash while they do it. Yes, people, it's the one, the only Backyard Politics with, you got Jason Walker, you got Jack Andrews, you got Corey Graves, you got the Self Supremacy Everett Creed, you got the head in charge, you got Cameron Jackson, and you got the greatest sports entertainer to ever enter an arena, Big Time Mike. That's what you got, people. And if you're not watching, what are you doing with your life? Are you going crazy? Are you smoking meth? What are you doing? Because obviously, if you're not doing that, you got to be doing something else. So just don't forget to check it out, people. Do not forget to check it out, because if you don't check it out, I'm going to break your ankle and talk trash while I do it. I'm going to come down to your house. I'm going to pour out all your laundry detergent, break that ankle, and I'm going to talk some more trash while I do it. So don't forget to check all those shows out. And don't forget to make sure you follow all the superstars on Twitter. Like them on Facebook. Subscribe to them on YouTube. And don't forget, it doesn't matter what day it is, what time, or what show I'm on. It's always you wait for it. Wait for it. Big Time, baby! Enjoy the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us. I hope you love the new intro, which will be going on all the Big Time Talk Show vids. I thank you all for once again joining us. And now we're going to jump right into the show. I've got your questions. I got your comments. I got your likes, your dislikes about Backyard Politics. So I'm going to bring them up right here on the good old cellular device, because I got right here. You sent them in to the email address. I mean, I appreciate it. I got tons and tons and tons of comments and feedback. So, people, I am so glad that you decided to spend your day right here, Sunday, right here with Big Time Mike, the greatest sports entertainer to ever enter an arena. We love you. We thank you. You're the blood, the heart, the soul, the rock, the wind beneath ourselves. You are the one, the only. You are the Big Timers. Hashtag you are the Big Timers, and each and every one of you are part of hashtag Team Big Time. Yes, even you, Seth Maverick. We got to have a little bowl cutting, and we got to have a little bit of bowl cut in Team Big Time, and you fill that spot, son. So congratulations. Welcome to hashtag Team Big Time. So I'm going to pull these up. And, you know, I got some good ones, and I also got some ones that were a little shocked me a little bit. So I'm going to read straight from the list. And this is verbatim, word for word. I'm gonna read them word for word if I can ever get them opened up. Okay. Let's see. Our first question is from Mary. She is from Detroit, Michigan. And I don't know some. She got a really long response. She got some good satire. I'm really impressed with your satire, Mary. What, do you go to college? I don't know. I don't know how old you are. If you're younger than me, then I'm really embarrassed because I'm in college and I don't have good satire like that. So we're gonna go with it. She says, Big Time. Very much enjoyed the last edition of Backyard Politics. However, I wish you guys would have strayed a little bit away from the WWE subject. It seemed as if every time you get on a backyard topic, WWE would somehow find its way back in. Was there a strategy behind that? Are you guys hinting that you're leaving backyard wrestling? Or were you guys just going on sort of a rant? I would just like to request that there be more backyard wrestling topics and less talk of WWE. Well, Mary, that's a good point. You know, we're going to try and get a little bit away from that. And we're not going to talk as much about, you know, the World Wrestling Entertainment. And I don't even want to bring them up because, you know, this is the Big Time Talk Show. This is backyard wrestling, people. And I love Self-Supremacy, and I love all of them to death, man. They're right good buddies of mine. But, you know, we're all fans, so sometimes we get a little carried away. And, you know, that's just the way it is. But, yes, we're going to stay away from that stuff from now on. And you know, I appreciate your comment because I got a lot of them like that, and I'm not going to read all of them like that because they're just about to say the same thing. So, yeah, I really appreciate you bringing that up, Mary, because, yeah, you know, it was turned into more of a backyard wrestling entertainment is what it kind of turned into, if you know what I'm saying. We kind of went to Connecticut too many times. And, so, yeah, we're going to get more on the backyard wrestling topics instead of being on WWE stuff. And, you know, we might bring it up occasionally to reference it, but we're not gonna talk about it anymore. It's done. It's over. It's dead. We're not talking about it anymore. So, on to the next question. Thank you, Mary. By the way, shout out to Mary, people. Hashtag thank you, Mary. That's all I got to say. All right, next one we got is from Evan. He is from Louisville, Kentucky. Wow, from Kentucky all the way up there. I hope he's not inbred. He says, Big Time. Thoroughly enjoyed Backyard Politics. Okay, you got something else to say? I hope so, because that's it. I'm going to go crazy and throw this phone, drop an elbow, break its ankle, and talk trash while I do it. Thoroughly enjoyed Backyard Politics. I really enjoyed your topics. I have a question, though. If there was one way to get yourself noticed as an up-and-coming superstar, what is the best way to do it? Is it to cut promos, do a shoot, or just be different from everybody else? What is it? In other words, how can I get noticed and out into the backyard wrestling community? I'm an up-and-comer, and I really want to be noticed from everybody, including guys like Cameron Jackson, you, Corey Graves, Jason Walker, etc. So, if you could give some advice, please let me know, and blah, 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 blah. He wanted me to DM. The best way to get noticed in the backyard wrestling community is just like you said, be original, be different. I'll reference myself. Whenever I came on the scene, which I've been backyard wrestling, but I hadn't been on social media and stuff. When I came on the scene, there was nobody like Big Time Mike. Nobody. Cameron Jackson wasn't on the scene at the same time. See, the thing about me and Cameron Jackson is we're like total opposites. We're like, well, we're so different, but at the same time, we're so similar. I have more of a southern type drawl to the way I do things. And Cameron's more of a slicked up, I don't know, not a street thug, but I don't really know. We have the same kind of entertainment. We're catchphrase, catchy rhyme, jumping around, bopping. We're not slow and drawn out like Everett Creed, but yet we don't. If there's two people I could compare us to, it'd be Dusty Rhodes and Nature Boy Ric Flair. Dusty Rhodes was hip hop rhyming around with doing everything. Ric Flair, you know, Rolex wear and everything else, and that's what I would compare us to. Is we're alike, but yet we're so different at the same time. You know, you can't have one without the other. If you just have Big Time Mike, you got to have Cameron Jackson too. That's why I say we're the two entertainment icons, because there's no one else. Cameron Jackson and I upload, and we're all continuously next to Seth Maverick, and Seth Maverick is going to be. I hate to stray away, but Seth Maverick is going to be something. He's got such a passion for this, and he really enjoys this. And I ripped him to shreds in that support BYW video because I want him to step up, and he sure has stepped his game up. He's really putting out some good product, and he's really he's on his game. I guess I don't know. I guess I don't even think it's his thing, but he's on point. I guess he's really been on point with all his stuff lately. I mean, he's he's just constantly feeding in product, and that's the best way to do it too. Is you got to constantly feed in product, because if you're not constantly, feeding the masses, they're gonna reject something. But if you constantly feed them, and you just feed them, keep throwing it out there, keep advertising it, and you may get in a Twitter war with somebody. But the best thing for you to do is just feed them more. Just keep feeding, because the more you feed, the more you're gonna take little bits here. Like that. I didn't like that. I like that. I didn't like that. So the best way to do it is to be original. Make sure you don't steal anybody's gimmick. For sure, don't do that. And a lot of people say that the best gimmicks are just your personality turned up to 11. I don't necessarily believe that. I think you can be successful and not be yourself, because deep down inside, I have a little bit of Big Time Mike in me. When I get mad, I'm Big Time Mike, but normally I'm not. I think it's like it's just whatever works for you. When you feel comfortable, I'll tell you when you know you have the right gimmick. When you know you have the right gimmick, you'll be in front of the camera and you'll just feel, you got all this stuff on you, from all of the day. You got this big yoke. Like when the cattle back in the old days, they called it a yoke. Like it's kind of like a harness. It's just a big wooden yoke. When you get in front of the camera and you get the camera on, it's just like the yoke has been lifted off of your back, and you just, man, I feel great. That's when you know it's working. Well, it's not working is when you got to try too hard. When you have to try too hard and you don't feel comfortable, that's when you know it's not working. Most people, it's because it's their own personality. It was a little different for me. Nobody's like me. And that's what brought me in, was because I was so different. And that kind of hurt me too, because the company I was in, I had to play the cards I was dealt, and they were kind of scared because they didn't know what I was, didn't know what I was going to do. We're not going to put title on this guy. We've never seen him do anything. He can cut a goddamn good promo. We don't know how he can go if he wanted to go 30, 45 minutes. I mean, I can, but they never seen it. They never gave me the chance. So most of it's just shooting in the dark. It's dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. If you either gonna bust or you gonna go. And if you fall down, the best thing to do is you got to get back up, dust yourself off. Let's go again. That's the best thing you can do. You got to keep feeding, and you got to be original. Originality is so key. You have to be different and original. Let's not steal from the other companies. It's okay to take things here and there. Pull. When you're making a good gumbo, you pull everything. Put this, a little bit of here, a little bit of this. Salt and pepper, some cayenne, whatever. Shrimp, chicken, eggs, whatever. Okra. Rice, whatever you put in your gumbo. It's just like a big gumbo pot, or a big soup, a big potluck soup or something. Like a roast or something. You just put a little here, a little bit there. And next thing you know, you got this great product. And once you got that great product, the best thing for you to do is to just take it and run with it. And, sometimes some of your stuff isn't going to work. It's going to work some, but then you have to learn to constantly evolve your character. Because if you stay the same, it's not going to work. You're going to get boring real quick. Because people are going to see you. They're going to see everything you got. And once you've shown everything that you got, what happens? You don't have anything left, so you have to constantly reinvent yourself. If you keep reinventing yourself, you're going to get better and better, and eventually you're going to hit your stride, and you're just going to take off. It's just going to be, once you hit about 55, you're going to get 60, and once you get to 60, it's going to be to 100 and up to the top, and higher and higher and higher you'll go. But if you don't try and get better and you don't try and reinvent yourself, you're going to constantly stay down here. You're going to gain a little bit, fall. Gain a little bit, fall. You're going to do this. But if you reinvent yourself, you're going to constantly go up, 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 up. And sometimes you'll fall, but most of the time you'll keep going up. So the key is originality and being different and being persistent. That's the key. That's a great question, man. It's a great question. That was a long response, but I really enjoyed that question. I'm glad we got some very intelligent fans out there, guys. Very intelligent fans, guys. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. All right, so our next question. Let's see. Let me find it. I'm the greatest sports entertainer of all time. Drop an elbow, throw a suplex, and talk some trash. I can sing my own theme song, unlike anybody else in Backyard Wrestling. Once again, going back to the originality. Alright, here we go. I finally found it after all these daggum YouTube things. I mean, good God Almighty, they blow me up every single day. I don't understand it. It's going crazy. It's kind of like Seth Maverick in the bowl cut. I don't get it, but it works. So, we're going on. We got Sarah here. She is from Huntsville, Alabama. We got a roll tide here. We got a Huntsville, Alabama. We got an Alabama person here. Wow, that's a first. Okay. Sarah says, big time. I did not. Whoa. Got a negative comment here. I did not enjoy backyard politics. It seemed like you guys stuck WWE. Okay, we got that. However, I did enjoy the final few segments of the show. I thought your promo was blah, 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 not about me. Blah, blah, blah. I would like to see more educated and more deeper topics, such as Jason's topic and Corey's topic and Creed's topic. I'd rather not hear all the same topics I hear on every single talk show. Why do y'all continue to bring out these topics that are shown in every single talk show, such as the Creedcast, such as the Backyard Wrestling Fix, such as your show, the Big Time Talk Show, and etc.? Please answer in video. Okay, well, you see, like I said before, we have to play the cards we're dealt. And yes, we're going to work on these more broader topics. We said many topics that we've said before in my talk show, Creed's talk show, Cameron's talk show, and so on. And, you know, it is what your yard center too. We do that, but you know. Oh, and by the way, this podcast is sponsored by Burger King. Shout out to the classic man himself. Have it your way. Just don't shoot too much. Remember, three in a day. What's wrong with you, man? Come on, classic. What's wrong with you? I need to break your ankle and talk trash while I do it? I don't think I do, but that's okay. But, you know, we're running out of things to talk about. And, you know, it's cold. You know, most of the backyard wrestling community is based up in the the East Coast right here. So this is the map. Well, if it's going to be opposite on your screen, but just the East Coast. And it's cold up there. It's snowy, and they can't wrestle. So what are we going to do? We're just going to get in Twitter wars, and we have school, and I have college, and everybody else has college and work, and I have a job. I work 40 hours a week, and I take I have 18 credit hours at school, so I'm full time in it. Today I got off. I left work. I got out of work at like 11:30. Came home, and so it is what it is, you know. So we run out of stuff to talk about, and you know we have topics that come to us back and forth throughout the week or whatever, and. You know, we just come to what we're thinking about, what's on our mind. You know, when people start posting more videos, of course, we'll have more critiquing. But, you know, we're not trying to bring up the same topic. We're just trying to make the show entertaining. And, you know, sometimes we haven't heard so-and-so's opinion on this topic, and we're not just going to ask so-and-so this. We're going to bring it to the whole round table because we like to spread the love, because that's what you do. When you're friends, you spread the love. So don't take that as a bad thing. Yeah, we're going to make broader topics. And just because you said that, I'm going to make a topic so broad, even you yourself can understand it. Because you know what? I'm Big Time Mike, the greatest sports entertainer to ever enter an arena. I got the big time eyes, the big time ears, the big time brain. I got the big time muscles. I got the big time shoulder. I got the big time chest. I got the big time neck. I got the big time forearms. I got the big time finger, middle finger, this finger, and I even got the dislocated pinky finger, people. It's been dislocated for about 8 years. That's a big time dislocation. Hashtag big time dislocation. For Dexter, I know you don't know that, son. If you don't know who Dexter is, then you probably didn't watch the Mark Williams podcast show. But, moving on. On to the next question. Thank you for that question, even though it was kind of negative. I do appreciate your negative comments. Alright, moving on. Okay. Let me find one more, because I'm going to get one more, because I'm not going to go this whole time, because I know you guys got stuff to do. Because at 2:30 today, Sunday afternoon, right here, not from Mobile, Alabama, but live from North Kakalaki, the home of the Hardy Boys, home of Ric Flair, home of Joe Cool, CCW, Drew Hood, JC Brown, Rango, the Swag Machine himself, Samson Lockhart. Yes, people, you know it. It's the Cool Cast, live, 2:30 p.m., right here on YouTube, people. Go to it. Make sure you click the link. Make sure you're there, because if you're not there, you're going to be squared. If you're square, I'm going to break your ankle, and I'm going to talk trash while I do it. I'm going to drop an elbow, throw a suplex, lock in the BTA, because I'm the greatest sports entertainer of all time. Anyway, on to the next question. God almighty, I need to move to Nashville, son. If this don't work out, I'm moving to Nashville. I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Da-da-da. Okay, on to the next question. The final question is from, I can never get to it, from Peter. Says he's from, it doesn't even say where he's from. So I'm going to say he's from Shreveport, Louisiana, because he seems like he's a raging Cajun, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm just going to say he's from Shreveport, Louisiana. Or Louisiana, if you know what that's what Daddy Big Time calls it, Louisiana. I call it Louisiana because I'm trying not to be too big of a redneck here, or a hillbilly, or crockpot, or whatever you want to call me, crackpot, old fool. I don't know what you want to call me. But I'm trying not to be too stupid here. I'm trying to get a little bit of education back into the old Alabama, the 251, if you get what I'm saying. So, this fella here says, Big Time, I thoroughly enjoyed Backyard Politics, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Will there ever be any promo battles on Backyard Politics? I know that each and every podcast from the general podcast from Backyard Wrestlers has a promo battle at the end. But I just love to see the Backyard blah, blah, blah. I'd love to see an open mic challenge on Backyard Politics and have it judged by each and every host. That's a great idea. I thought about doing that for the Big Time Talk Show, but since most of mine don't involve guests and it's just me, and I've had guests. I'm trying to move more to the guest thing, but scheduling is a little here and there. It's kind of iffy here and there, but that's a great idea. And I see what you're saying, because this way we can pull people up, and they don't know who their opponent's going to be. You just two people, boom, put them in the hangout. They cut a promo. You give them 2.5 minutes to pitch. You time them. You hit the buzzer. You mute them whenever 2.5 minutes goes. And when the 2.5 minutes is off, they're done. Next person goes. And you flip a coin, see who goes first. And the thing about a promo is sometimes placing really matters. Because when you go first, let me just say this. When you go first in a promo battle, you have the first, you throw the first, you have your job is to hook the people. When you get it hooked, you got your second person, he brings it home. The man that's the closer, he's got to be a fucking closer, if you get what I'm saying. If you ever seen that movie, he's got to be a closer. And, man, the bad thing about being the first person to go, and I don't like being first to go because I can't do all my catchphrases are meant to close the show out because that's what I am. I'm a closer. And, man, the thing about going first is once you get your idea and you don't have another shot, if you didn't get to say something because you're not the last and you don't have any time limit, man, you're just done. And they can just eat you alive and you can't do anything about it. That's the only thing about going first. But the thing about that is you can really see who's got it and who doesn't. And the thing I want to see is I want to see less profanity in promos, to be honest with you. Because if you go back to the old days, Dusty Rhodes and Nature Boy Ric Flair and Buddy Rogers and all them, they didn't curse like that. But they still sure did some heck of a they could cut some good promos. I mean, some great promos. Shawn Michaels cut some great promos. He didn't cuss. I mean, let's take out the F-bombs. Let's take out the MFers, the bastards, and let's take all that out. Let's go back to old school promo and just one-on-one, you and your opponent, and you rip him up and down one side, the other, throw him down, drop an elbow, throw a suplex, lock in the BTA, come from the top rope. Heck, you might even want to do a crossbody. Excuse me. But let's see that. Because this way you can really tell who's got it and who don't. Because if you do the whole deal where they know their opponent is, you know what you can prepare for. You can kind of see what they got and what they don't. You can pull off their weaknesses and you can do all that. But if you don't know who your opponent is, it's really hard to prepare. So you just have to go with what you know. The best thing about doing a promo is if you're on the spot, you can really tell who your real performers are. Because a promo really, all it is just on the spot. It's an impromptu speech. You probably got 30 to 45 seconds to prepare. I'm going to just hit this and you just roll. Roll. That's how I am. I hit one stride, I start rolling. Roll. Roll, you roll, and then you take it home. Take it home, Vince, or hit the music, Mean Gene. I mean, that's... And you just get to come up with your trademark stuff, not just a catchphrase, but something you say. And having these little promo battles is really just, you're going to see who your real performers are. I really like that. That's like, I'm going to pitch that idea, and I think everybody's going to be good with that, because that way you can judge, see what they did wrong, what they didn't do right, what they could have done better. And I think it really helps. That was a good question, dude, from Louisiana. But man, that was a sure good question. I sure do appreciate guys like that. That really are. You're really thinking outside the box. You're thinking like, instead of thinking like this, you're thinking like this. You're all over the place. I like that. That's good. Creativity. Nice job. 1 point to do from Louisiana. Attaway, son. Nice job. All right. Now we're moving on to the final segment of the day. It is the Big Time Loser of the Day Award. Yay! Big Time Loser. Big Time Loser. Big Time Loser. Okay. Now, everybody knows how the Big Time Loser of the Day Award works. It is any person I deem necessary meets my qualifications. Former winners are. Or Big Time Loser of the Day winners, alumni are Mr. Not Better Than Me Cage, AK-47. Cage is a 3-time Big Time Loser of the Day award winner. Do you realize how historic that is, people? That is he is in the Hall of Shame. He is a Big Time Loser of the Day award legend. He is a big time talk show legend, people. Do you realize the realize the gravity of that? What an accomplishment that is. That really adds some star power to him, and I really, great job. Hats off to him, man. But we got Cage. We got AK-47. We got the greatest GM in the world today. We got Mr. O. Mr. O. That's all I got to say. Mr. O. Then we got Mark Williams. We got Seth Maverick. We got all kind of people who win the Big Time Loser of the Day award. But this guy, he is, and we got Matthew Radcliffe. Don't forget about him. That guy, he really he got on the toilet bowl, if you get what I'm saying. He was on the toilet seat. He's the stuff on the toilet seat that happens when little boys don't know how to aim. That's what Matthew Radcliffe was, people. That's the kind of folks you got to wipe off. That's the kind of people I can't stand. But we're not getting into that. We're getting into the Big Time Loser of the Day award. And before I announce the winner, from now on, I'm going to do a poll because I want you guys, I'm going to set up a poll each week, beginning of the week. I'm going to set up Big Time Loser of the week, or of the day, whatever. And you tell me who the Big Time Loser of the day, where you vote, and I'm going to go off your votes. You tell me who it is, I'm going to do it because, that's just, it's your call, You think so? If you think I'm the Big Time Loser of the Day award, I'll give myself the award. I've never won the award, but if I do, I'll break my ankle and I'll talk trash while I do it. But if you ever vote for me, I will personally come to your house. I will break your ankle and I will talk trash while I do it, son. So don't ever vote for Big Time Mike as the Big Time Loser of the Day. Big Time Mike is the greatest sports entertainer to ever enter an arena. Big Time Mike can never lose at anything. He doesn't even lose at taking a doo-doo. He doesn't lose at Monopoly, Uno, shout, whatever, twist and shout, whatever you call it. He doesn't lose, period. He is the big time winner of every second of every day. He is big time, baby. All right, on to the loser of the day. Now, this man is a very special man. He does a lot of stuff to get noticed. He's got a lot of firework, but no bite. He's got a lot of bark, no bite. A lot of firework, no heat. He couldn't stand the heat, so he left the driveway. ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I give you our big time loser of the day is none other than, a drum roll please. It is Anonymous! Dun, 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 dun. Yay! Anonymous, I told you, son. I said I want an answer, a response from my video, not a fortnight, not a stort night, not a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th night. And son, you haven't responded yet. So I'm just going to have to do what I know how to do best. I'm going to talk trash. I'm going to rip you to shreds. I'm going to break your ankle and talk trash while I do it, son. I am the greatest sports entertainer to ever enter an arena. Do you understand that? Are you stupid? Are you stuck? Are you colorblind? Do you have too many chromosomes? Do you not understand words? Are you autistic? Are you dumb? Are you flabbergasted? Are you speechless? Are you a wimp? A baby? A female? Are you still stuck in mama's tummy? Are you still sipping out of a bottle? Are you stupid, son? Why do you hide behind a mask? I don't get it. I just don't get it. You hide behind a mask. You put on a voice recorder that changes the tone of your voice when we all know who it is. Everybody knows who it is. Everybody knows who you are. They're just too big. They're too much of babies to let you know. I know who you are. I know where you live. I know what you do. I know why you went to AP. I know why you went to Almost Professional Wrestling. Why would you go to Almost Professional Wrestling when you could go to any other professional wrestling or backyard wrestling thing, or backyard wrestling federation, I say, in the United States of America? Why would you do that? Smells a little bit fishy to me. And no, it is not Matthew Radcliffe. No, it's not. Matthew Radcliffe, make sure you clean up. I smell something fishy, but it's not you. So, make sure you clean up. I smell it fishy. And I think it's a little strange that you would go to APW. Of all places, APW. It's a little strange. I don't get it. I got the big time eyebrow. I'm looking dead at you, son. You look at me when I'm talking to you. Got a Twitter notification. But on to better things. I'm looking dead at you, son. And I tell you what. You ever slip up, you can guarantee you that the greatest sports entertainer will be hot on your trail. He will take you, he will break that ankle, and he will talk trash while he does it. He will drop an elbow, throw a suplex, wrap it up real nice, get on the top rope and say, "It's big time, baby!" And he will commence to drop that elbow, run the rope, strut a little bit. He will drop another elbow. He will pick you up, and he'll say once more again, say it, brothers and sisters, "It's big time, baby!" He'll throw them hips, and he'll fly you across the ring with a good old suplex. He'll set up for you. He'll wait. He'll call. He'll wait for the watch. He'll say, "It's big time, baby!" He'll trip you up. He'll lock you in the BTA. He will break that ankle, and he will talk trash while he does it. Anonymous, let me remind you that it doesn't matter what day it is, what time, where you are, what you're doing, or whatever kind of video you're going to shoot. You better check your watch. Mark that calendar. And make sure you never forget that I'm always there. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. And it's always big time, baby! Now, Mean Gene, do us all a favor and hit the music!
It's big time, baby!